Hello and welcome. Welcome to this yoga QiFlow. And we're going to begin seated, just extending your leg out, walking this knee out and just grabbing onto the foot and extending your arm up and overhead, coming into a side stretch. Then coming up, bringing the knee in, flexing the foot. And you're going to extend forward any amount, forearms to the mat, grabbing your toes around the foot. Coming back up, walking that knee out again. And you can bring your elbow on top of the thigh or on the floor, extending the arm up overhead, reaching towards the foot. Or if this is accessible, you can try it with bending this foot backwards, reaching your arm underneath, maybe to grab the shin, extending the arm overhead, maybe grabbing the foot. Slowly coming back up, and we'll switch sides. So extend that left leg out, bend that right knee, bring it a little bit farther out, and extending, grabbing onto the foot and extending your arm up and overhead. Coming back up, squaring off the hips for Januarsasana, fingertips to the mat, the forearms, or grab the toes or around the foot. Breathing deeply, breathing all the way down into your belly, breathing into your lungs like they're balloons, not just into the front of the lungs, but the side, the backs of the lungs. Coming up, opening that knee again, bringing your elbow to the thigh or onto the floor, stretching that right arm overhead. This is option 1. Option 2, you can bend the foot backwards. Reach to grab your shin underneath with your hand, and then get the shoulder to the inside and you stretch the arm overhead or towards the foot or grasp the foot. Helps if you have long arms like I do. So wherever you are is gorgeous. We all have different bodies, so it's easier to do some poses and harder to do others. Never compare. Just focus on feeling so good in your body. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Slowly unwind from wherever you're at. And we'll come into a tabletop. Gonna work on that spine opening. So you're going to inhale, lift the chest, hollow the back, and exhale, round the spine, sitting back towards your heels, lowering your forehead any amount towards the mat. Notice the pause when you're empty of breath. And when you are ready in your own timing, you're going to glide back forward. So moving in your own sweet, slow rhythm, linking breath with movement here in this QiFlow. And one last time. Come back to tabletop, spread your fingers wide, and stretch your legs back, coming into a high plank. Inhale here. Exhale your right elbow, your right knee to your right elbow, or towards, then stretch it back. Deep breath in, exhale, left knee towards your left elbow. We're going to do each side 2 more times. Just working into those side obliques, waking up the entire body. And last time, right knee to right elbow, left knee to left elbow. Knees to the mat. Lower all the way down to your belly. Roll the shoulders back. Lift up either to a high Bhujangasana or press into the feet. Lift the legs. Come into Urdhva Mukha Shavasana, upward facing dog. Knees to the mat. Sit all the way back on your heels. Maybe you just want to bring those arms back behind you as well. And then as you inhale, you're just going to roll gently to the left and to the right. So inhale to the left, exhale, rock to the right. Either stay here or you're just going to bring your hands to interlace behind your back and bring the crown of your head to the mat, bringing your arms up and overhead. If you have any neck problems, just stay in child's pose. Slowly release. If you're on the top of the head, grab onto the heels. And just sway once again, side to side. Slowly come up and come up onto the toes. Come up onto the toes, stretch legs straight, just grab opposite elbows and hang forward here. Just for one more breath. Then bend the knees. Bring your toes to face out and just allow the hips to rock and move. Just warming up. And then we're going to cross one ankle over the other. As much as you can, bring the toes in one line with one another. Bend the knees. Then bring the fingertips forward and cross the forearms. Traction. So pull the fingertips towards midline. Maybe sit down a little deeper and breathe. Then bring the toes a little closer together. Bend the knees so they're a little farther apart. Maybe you can bring the hands, cross the arms a little bit wider than they were before, and pull towards midline. So you're pulling the fingers towards midline as you allow the knees to splay out. And come up and change the crossing of the legs. If you can, change the crossing of the arms from before. And once again, bring the feet as much as you can in line with one another and pull in opposite. The hands pull towards midline. And straighten the legs, shake the legs out. Grab onto opposite elbows and hang here. Let go, shake the head out. Just rock a little left and right. Then bring the toes together, big toes together, bend the knees, come up on the toes, and your chest comes onto your thigh. Stay here with the fingertips on the earth, or lift the arms up, index finger and thumb to touch, and breathe deeply. Perhaps sit down deeper, lift up higher in the toes. Last time, lower the heels down, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Bring the feet shoulder width, just begin to sway side to side and tap on the low belly and low back. Just letting out go through the spine. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And slow it down. Bring your feet out wider, bending into the left knee and the right knee. Stay here, or we're going to switch the arms very slowly. Breathe in, and then as you switch, breathe out. Inhale the palms together at the heart. Turn the left toes to point the front of the mat. Inhale the arms out for a warrior two. So tilt your pelvis under, do all the steps, get down with the hips, press the knee out. And then we're going to flow the arms like they're on the surface of a body of water that's still like a lake. Behind you and gaze behind you. Inhale. The hands travel forward, moving very slowly in the rhythm of your breath here. A few more times. And you're bending a little bit deeper as the hands come forward. And with lots of control, engaging the muscles of the front leg, you're straightening just a little bit as the arms flow back. Last time. And flow the arms slowly forward. Inhale. Exhale the arms up to the sky, straighten the left leg. And flow the arms down towards the earth. Left elbow to the left thigh. Pull the left hip under you. Stretch the arm up to the sky. Turn the right palm overhead. Stretch coming into Parsvakonasana. Stay here. Or bring the fingertips to the earth or on top of a block. Stretch the right arm up. Bring your right arm behind you. This could be where you're at. Or stretch the left arm behind you. Stay here. If you can, grasp your left wrist with your right hand or your fingertips. And then walk that right foot forward a little bit and straighten that left leg any amount. Coming into a bound triangle, Baddha Trikonasana. Bend into the left knee. Step your right foot in, come up on the left toe, stay here. Or more weight into the standing foot. And find your balance. Slowly come up, maybe with the bent knee, or straighten your leg a little or a lot. Rebend the knee if it's straight and lower down with control. Release the bind. Step that right foot back, coming into a normal triangle pose. So hand on the shin or lower. Stretch that right arm up. And slowly come up. And step your feet forward and step back with the left leg. Coming into warrior two on the other side. Stay where you are. I'm just going to turn so that I can still see you. So go through all the points, tuck your pelvis under, press your foot out, shoulders over the hips. So feel your strong foundation settle in with the legs. And then as you inhale, hands glide like over water forward. And then slowly back behind you. Very, very slowly straightening the right leg a little bit with a lot of control. Then flow the arms forward as you breathe in. Then up to the sky, straighten the right leg. And down, around to the earth and bring your right elbow on top of the right thigh. Pull your right hip under you. Stretch your left arm up. Turn your left palm to face the earth. Coming into Parsvakonasana, stay here. Or bring your fingertips to the earth. Stretch your left arm up. Wrap it behind you. That might be your pose. Or stretch your right arm. This might be your pose. Maybe you can clasp the fingers or the wrist and very slowly bring the left foot in just a little bit and straighten the right leg any amount. Walk down. Step the back foot in. Come up on the right toes. This might be your pose. Stay here. Or bend into the standing leg. Get light with the right foot. Slowly come up. You can keep your knee bent or straighten the leg more and more. Bend the knee if it isn't already. Lower back down with control. Step that left foot back again. Hand on the shin or lower. Coming into a normal, unbounded triangle pose. Slowly coming up, just standing. Bring your toes to forward and just revolve the hips. Just release. And then the other way. Coming into an easier balance pose. Coming into tree pose, Vrksasana, foot to the shin or higher up. Stretch the palms up overhead. Stay here or come into the side stretch tree pose. Let it go. And other side. Foot to the shin or higher, but never on the knee joint. Hands in front of the heart, stretch them up overhead. And then either stay here, we'll come into the side stretch. Slowly unwind. Inhale, stretch the arms out around and up. And exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale to fold forward, Uttanasana. Take a seat all the way down onto the mat. Bring your toes a little bit forward. Bring your hands together in prayer. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower that right elbow down to touch the mat behind you. Inhale up. Exhale to lower. Twisting to the left. So we're alternating sides. We're waking up through the core. This is the last hard element, and then we rest. Just two more. Last one. Lower all the way down onto your back. Stretching first the left heel in towards your back body, stretching out that quadricep. Coming onto your back. And pulling that left leg in. Maybe you want to walk your hands up. And roll over into the left side. Pull the right heel into your back body. Come onto the back, pulling that right leg in towards your chest. You might want to walk the leg, hands up the leg, or grab the foot. Bring the hips to the left, straighten your right leg, and extend the left knee to the right. Just slow stretch for the low back. Slowly stretching a little bit closer to the floor, and then we'll switch sides. Shift the hips to the left, straighten your right leg. Slowly stretch that knee towards the floor more and more. And then release all the way onto your back for Shavasana. Just let your body breathe you today. Roll over slowly onto one side. Press the hands into the mat to come up, hands to the heart chakra. Closing the eyes. And feeling into the energy vibrating within you. And sensing what is your highest possible essence, your highest possible energy signature. What does that sound like? Feel like? What colors is it comprised of? Maybe there's a sound or sounds associated. And set your intention for your day. How do you want to show up? How do you want to feel? Namaste.